Hi, I'm Emily from a small town in Texas. Please like and subscribe. Ever since I was practically a baby, I dreamed of having a pony. I had pony dolls and drew pictures of ponies and watched as many movies and television shows about ponies as I could. Mama, look at that beautiful pony.
Look at the pretty outfit on the lady riding the pony.
My older sister Trish didn't share my love for ponies at all, and my parents weren't very enthusiastic about getting me one either. But we have so much space, I promise I'll never ride it too far.
Emily, you're too little. Besides, horses are very expensive and riding can be dangerous.
Your mom's right. Why can't you be interested in playing with your dolls like your sister?
Our house was away from the city, and it had a big yard and even an old barn which could be used as a stable. It was the perfect place to keep a pony, but they just wouldn't let me. Even though I was a couple of years younger than my sister, our birthdays were on the same day of the year. It was so irritating because I wanted to have a birthday of my own, but it always felt more like her birthday instead of mine, I guess because she'd been around longer.
Happy birthday, Trish. Oh, and you too, Emily.
In celebration of my 8th birthday and Trish's 10th, Dad surprised us by bringing home a beautiful horse. Oh my goodness, it's a pony. You finally got me a pony. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Now hold on there, this horse is for both of you girls. Trish will take riding lessons first, and then you can have your turn when you're older, Emily.
You want me to ride that big, scary, dirty animal? But
Horse riding's great, honey. It may seem awful to you now, but trust me, you'll love it once you get the hang of it.
I don't have a problem with this horse. I love him already. Just tell me, when's my turn?
While Trish takes riding lessons, you need to care for the horse, so you learn how to be responsible because you're so little.
So maybe in a year or two.
In a year or two? That's so unfair. Trish didn't even want a horse, and she gets to start riding right away? I felt like Cinderella, cleaning up and preparing the feed for the horses for more than a year while my sister rode around like a snooty little princess. Actually, it was Trish. After just her first year of riding, she started entering competitions, and I still hadn't had my chance. So one night I decided to take things into my own hands. I snuck out late and saddled the horse, then climbed onto it. Giddy up, let's go! Yay! But no sooner had I made one lap around the yard that Trish ran out in front of us.
what are you doing, Emily? You have no training. You'll hurt yourself.
Horsey! Calm down, boy. But the horse was really agitated and threw me off balance. Trish let out a piercing scream, and my parents came running out.
What's going on here?
I looked up at Trish, my eyes pleading with her to side with me and pretend like she was the one who'd taken out the horse for a ride. But of course she did not.
Are you crazy? You shouldn't have been riding without taking lessons first. It's dangerous.
You were out here riding, Emily? You could have been badly hurt. How could you sneak out like that behind our backs?
If you would let me take lessons in the first place, I wouldn't have had to sneak out.
You're clearly still not responsible enough to start riding.
What? What are you saying?
I'm saying we should wait at least another year for your lessons.
No, you're the worst. I'm not going to be my sister's mate forever, while she gets to live my dream.
You don't have a say here. You're still a child.
She was right. I had no say and my tantrums went ignored. Even though I wasn't allowed to ride, I still love that horse. So I kept taking care of it and watching my sister from behind the scenes, competing in rodeos and winning big shiny trophies and medals. One day before one of Trish's rodeo competitions, I was brushing down the horse and singing to it when suddenly this boy who was one of the competitors started playing along with his guitar. I was a little embarrassed, but it was magical at the same time.
Hey, I'm Josh. I hope it's okay that I just started playing. Your singing was really pretty, and I just couldn't help myself.
No, it was perfect. Usually horses are my only audience, but I liked having someone else to sing to. He was a couple of years older than me, but that didn't matter. I could feel the connection between us. It was like electricity.
If you want, I can teach you to play guitar.
Oh, that would be wonderful, but I couldn't ask you to do that. I'm sure you're very busy.
You didn't ask, I offered. Besides, you tend to meet the same people a lot on the rodeo circuit, and I'd like to look forward to meeting you in each new city.
Spending time with Josh and learning to play guitar was so much fun. I almost didn't even mind my parents ignoring me or being my sister's servant anymore. Well, I did, but not as much. When I was 15, we went to a huge rodeo in Nashville. I'd never seen such big, beautiful stages and sparkly costumes in my life, but it all turned out to be a bit overwhelming for Trisha's horse. While she was doing a reversed routine during the opening ceremony, the bright lights flashed right in her horse's eyes and blinded it, and the loud voices over the stadium speakers frightened it even more. It started to panic and act up. Watching from the sidelines, I suddenly had an idea. I grabbed a mic and rushed out onto the arena.
Emily, get back. It's too dangerous.
What are you doing, Emily? You'll spook the horse more and get Trish hurt.
I started singing a country song I'd written myself, and the whole audience went silent with breathless anticipation. The horse almost immediately started calming down at my voice as if he was entranced by it, and when the song ended, the audience erupted into cheers and applause. I was requested to sing another song, and everyone loved it. After the rodeo was over, a man in a suit approached me.
Hi, Emily. I'm a big record executive here in Nashville, and I think you could be the biggest country music star ever.
Wow, really?
Yes, really.
My parents weren't thrilled at the idea, but the record executive convinced them by saying I could perform at the same places we were already going to for rodeo shows. So they agreed. But Josh seemed really excited for me and gave me a big hug.
Thank goodness he acted fast and saved your sister like that, and I'm so proud of you for getting that recording contract.
I blushed at the compliment as we pulled apart. Our faces were close, and I felt this was the moment we were going to share our first kiss. But then suddenly something horrible happened.
Well, I'm glad this show's over.
Trish, I was so worried for you.
Josh hugged Trish tight. Then they kissed. I was shocked. It was like reality had shattered into a million pieces, and down was up and up was down. It didn't make sense. And then I was so angry I could spit nails. I felt like fire was running through my veins, and I wanted to shoot lasers out of my eyes. Get away from him! Witch!
What?
How could you steal my boyfriend, Trish, right in front of my face?
You're what? Emily, when did I ever say I was your boyfriend?
You implied it. I mean, I think you did. There's clearly a connection between us.
There's clearly been some confusion, but I don't want to get in the middle of sisters. I don't think I can be around either of you. I'm sorry.
Josh, wait.
I hope you can both work things out. Goodbye.
As Josh left, I turned furiously to Trish. Haven't you stolen enough from me already? Did you have to take him too? She just gaped at me like a fish, like I was the one who'd done something wrong. I cried all that night, and I refused to talk to Trish for months. Fortunately, singing and writing songs kept me so busy that I didn't have time to keep dwelling on how Trish had betrayed me, and I poured most of my anger and hurt into my lyrics. I recorded my first album, and when it was released, it debuted at the top of the charts. I was famous overnight. My face was all over billboards, and people were always stopping me in public to get my autograph. I even started a vlog on social media and instantly got millions of followers. By the time I was 16, I was world famous and had more money than my parents ever had, so I decided to move out on my own. My parents tried to stop me.
I forbid you to move out. You are still a child. And two,
What? Too little? You've been telling me that my entire life, and it's never been true. I am not too little. I've achieved big things and have even bigger dreams. I have my own money now, and I'm going to live my own life exactly the way I want.
As long as you are still legally a minor, you're living under our roof, under our rules.
That's what he thought. By that time, I had my own agent manager Anne's legal team. They helped me get legally emancipated. I bought my own house, and I finally had a beautiful horse for myself. I paid for my own lessons and even rode the horse during some of my live concerts. Months later, my latest concert tour brought me back to my hometown. After performing on opening night, I walked out of the venue's back entrance to find a girl crying in the alley. It was Trish. Trish, what are you doing here?
Emily, I wasn't expecting to run into you.
Strange, because if you didn't want to run into me, you shouldn't have come to my concert. And why are you crying? Not that I care, I'm just curious.
I came because I wanted to see you perform, but seeing you on the stage and living out your dreams just made me a bit sad. Mom and Dad are making me go out on the rodeo circuit again.
What an ungrateful diva. She'd gotten everything she wanted plus everything I wanted. So why are you complaining? I had to go find another dream because you took mine away and now you're crying about it.
Emily, I never wanted to ride a horse in the first place. How do you not remember that? I wanted to play with makeup and design dresses. Mom and Dad made me take lessons so I could be a good example for you.
I'm sure all of their attention and winning those awards didn't hurt.
My medals and trophies mean nothing to me, and her parents were suffocating me with attention. I couldn't get a second myself. I wished I could just hang out in the stables like you for just one day.
You wished you were like me. Oh, I see. Maybe that explains why you tried to steal Josh from me.
I didn't even know he was your boyfriend. I don't think he knew that either. Are you sure you didn't just misread some signs?
I don't know, maybe I did. It was beginning to dawn on me that I'd been kind of self-absorbed and jumped to conclusions too fast. And maybe my sister wasn't that horrible. She just didn't have the strength to fight for her dreams like I did. Trish, I'm sorry I judged you so harshly, but you really can't spend the rest of your life doing something you don't love. You need to stand up to Mom and Dad, and I'll come with you. My parents were shocked to see me, and even more surprised when I told them Trish wouldn't be competing in rodeos anymore.
That's not your decision, Emily.
You're right, it's not. It's Trish's decision, and you're not being good parents by keeping your kids away from their dreams. You already drove one daughter away. Do you want to drive Trish out of your lives too by being so bullheaded? For the first time in my life, my parents were speechless and were actually listening to what I had to say.
We thought we were doing the best for both of you. You were always on the smaller side, and I was terrified to let you go for something risky like horse riding.
And Trish was so good at it, we thought she'd be more successful than she would be. A fashion. I can see that we were wrong and we're sorry.
It's okay, Dad.
Love and understanding within a family are the keys to healing all wounds. Don't compare or impose, because everyone has their own path to shine.
Hi, I'm Brittany from Philadelphia. Please like and subscribe. I was raised by my single German mom who moved to the US before she had me. And she wasn't a very conventional mom. For starters, I was allowed to call her by her name, Julia, and other people just didn't get that.
Carol, excuse me, can I please go to the bathroom?
It's Ms. Carol. Honey, you don't call adults by their first names like you say, Mom. You don't use her name.
Yeah, I do. I call her Julia all the time. What's wrong with that, Carol?
She thought I was being cheeky and got mad, and I really didn't understand why. But after that, I started using Miss, Mr., or Mrs. with names of everything in her class, just to be on the safe side. Mr. Apple, Ms. Banana, Mrs. Pencil, and for some reason, that annoyed her too. Mom always treated me more like her best friends forever than her daughter, and we could have candid conversations about anything.
How many boyfriends have you had, Julia?
5.
Can I have a boyfriend?
Sure, but I warn you, boys are annoying.
Was my dad annoying?
He was the worst. Lazy, stupid, jerk. He always stole my chocolates. I'm glad he's not around.
Okay. Is he Santa Claus? Real?
Of course not. I buy your amazing presents, not some fat old men.
I thought so, Julia.
Life was pretty good till a woman moved next to us in the 3rd grade. She had a son who seemed to be my age, and Mom and I were excited to welcome them to the neighborhood. But the lady didn't seem too happy to see us.
What is it? You woke me up from my nap.
Oh, we just brought you a butter pecan pie.
A what now?
A butter pecan pie. That's just her German accent.
Sounds really weird. I'll return the dish once we've eaten it.
Okay, Danke.
What did you say?
I said, okay, Danke.
Who are you calling a donkey, you weirdo?
And then she smashed the pie in Mom's face. Mom lost it and attacked her, and several neighbors had to stop them from ripping each other's hair out. I tried telling the lady and her son that Danke means thank you in German, but they just wouldn't listen. And that was the day an endless war started between the two houses. Alan's mom worked the night shift and slept during the day, so Mom made sure she did everything noisy during that time, like mowing the lawn, hammering nails in the wall for hanging pictures, and playing the drums. Yeah, she bought a drum set just for that purpose. And in turn, we'd often find our washed laundry in the mud, dog poop on our doorstep, our newspaper, crosswords always done, and trash outside our gate.
Hey, you pick this up before I come and kick your bottom.
You should go back inside. There's already enough garbage on the street.
Our moms also kept calling the cops on each other.
They were playing their music too loud.
We were not. They're keeping an illegal animal in that house.
We just own a cat, you moron. But you've been keeping lice in your hair and spreading it in the neighborhood. Officer, arrest her.
We shared a wall, and one time, Mom was playing music, and Alan's mom started banging on the wall. Mom got pissed and banged even harder. Then Alan's mom punched a hole through the living room wall with a broom.
You stupid cow! You've ruined my wall!
It's not your wall. Hey, it's mine.
Alan and his mom tossed a bunch of trash through the hole, and of course, we returned the favor. And for me and Alan, our feud didn't even stay at home. We made each other miserable in school with stupid pranks. One day, I discovered slime in my locker, and Alan talking trash about me to his friends in the hallway. I'd had enough, so I threw water on him.
Wow, you smell terrible.
I'll get you for that, Brittany.
Ooh, I'm scared. You gonna get your mom to punish me, you mama's boy?
I can take care of myself, you ugly monkey.
There was never a moment of peace between us. And then, in 9th grade, our moms both came to school for the school play and started fighting over a seat.
Hey, that's mine. It doesn't have your name on it.
If it did, how would you know? It's not like you can read English.
They started shoving and scratching each other. A couple of teach had to drag them out of the auditorium as Alan and I looked on in horror. Seemed like everyone was talking about us.
I don't think I've ever felt so embarrassed in my entire life.
Seriously, I wish the ground would swallow me whole.
Wow, look at us. We actually agree on something.
And honestly, I was getting a little sick of it all. We had done about as many nasty things as we could to each other, and I was beginning to wonder what the point of it was.
Julia, why don't we just move and put all this behind us? No! That's exactly what that woman wants! And I won't let her have it!
But there were more and more days where I saw Alan, and it wasn't my first instinct to glare at him or call him stupid or throw my drink in his face. And I started noticing a similar change in Alan. I think the two of us had reached the same conclusion. We had outgrown this feud. We weren't friends, not at all, but we weren't really enemies anymore either, which somehow led us to being partnered for a class project.
Oh, great. Stuck with you. Are you gonna set my notebook on fire or stab me with a pencil?
Look who's talking. You threw rotten eggs through my bedroom window and put a dead fish in my mailbox. I'm not exactly thrilled either.
Ugh, whatever. Let's just get it over with.
We knew there would be a huge fight if either of us told our mothers we were working together. So we kept it a secret and met up in parks and cafes. I didn't expect to enjoy myself, but weirdly, I did. One day, I caught him staring at me.
What are you looking at?
I always thought your face looked like a rotten tomato, but when you smile, you're kind of cute.
Oh yeah, your face looks like a raisin.
Raisins are sweet and they're good for you.
The next day, Alan gave me a basket of golden raisins with its silly note that made me smile. Alan was actually really funny. He made me laugh more than anyone else, and I could almost forget all the things he'd done to make me angry over the years.
Brittany, I know our moms hate each other, but I was thinking.
You mean you finally got that brain of yours to work?
Haha, very funny. Truth is, I don't hate you. I'm not sure if I ever really did.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Even after the project was done, we kept sneaking around and hanging out as much as we could, watching movies and taking long walks. And the more time I spent around him, the more I started realizing that I liked him.
Alan, I think
You've fallen head over heels for me. You've been struck by Cupid's arrow. You can't get enough of me, and you think about me all the time.
I wouldn't say all that.
Okay, fine. If you were gonna say that you liked me, then you should know that I like you too.
So, what should we do about it?
I have some ideas.
Then Alan pulled me close and kissed me. Our moms were still getting into fights, but that didn't mean we had to be a part of it. When we were in school, we could totally pretend none of that drama was real. And afterwards, we would hang out in places where our moms weren't likely to find us. Sometimes we even used the whole connecting her houses to talk. After our moms had gone to sleep, things seemed to finally be going well, mostly.
When should we tell our moms?
Don't you think it's too soon?
Considering that they hate each other, it seems like any time would be bad. Besides, aren't you still sick of sneaking around behind their backs? I'm not really used to keeping secrets from my mom.
I guess you're right. Why don't you come over for this big family dinner Mom's hosting tomorrow? And I can introduce you as my girlfriend. Then she won't make a scene in front of so many people. Trust me.
That night, I showed up at the party all decked out, and Alan greeted me at the door.
Wow, you look amazing.
You look good too. Aside from the sweat on your forehead.
I'm just a little nervous. I'll be fine.
The house was filled with guests, and they were really nice to me. A few minutes later, we all went to the dining room, and that's when Alan's mom walked in with the roast chicken and saw me.
What is that awful girl doing here? Alan?
Alan was about to speak, but then suddenly, he pushed me away instead.
I have no idea, Mom. She must have snuck in. She has a crush on me, and she's just obsessed, like a psycho stalker.
I was so shocked and hurt, I couldn't even move or speak.
You horrible child! Get off my property at once or I'll call the police!
And went running out the door in tears. And when my mom found me sobbing on my bed later, I told her what had happened. She was beyond furious.
I'm not going to let them both get away with this.
Julia, can't we please just move away? I'm so sick of all this fighting.
No, we are staying right here and we are planning revenge.
She came up with all these crazy ideas for how I could embarrass him at school or out in public, and some of them involved his mom. I was getting so frustrated that my brain was about to explode.
Just stop!
What do you mean, stop? You haven't even heard the rest of the plan.
I'm sick of this. I don't want to be part of your stupid plan.
There's no need to be rude to your mother. If you have a better plan, share it.
Oh my God!
You are not hearing me! I'm tired of this stupid feud, and I don't care about getting revenge on anyone. And I wish you would act like a mother for once.
I ran outside and bumped right into Alan.
What are you doing here?
Brittany, look, I don't have much time. My mom's out and I wanted to say.
I don't care about what you have to say. We decided to tell your mom about us, and you chickened out and lied about everything.
Wait, please. I know I was a jerk and a coward and I shouldn't have acted like that. I just froze up.
Congratulations on your self-awareness. Now get out of my way.
You don't understand. My mom's terrifying. She gets that crazy look in her eyes. I can't make her mad. She's really hard on me. But I know that's not a good excuse and I really am sorry. I love you so much I want to shout it from the rooftops. I hate hiding things and living like this.
What if we didn't have to hide it?
Our moms will never see eye to eye.
We need to find a way, if you really care enough.
Of course I do.
Both our moms were on alert because of what had happened. So we had to be extra careful sneaking around and meeting up, which led to some pretty close calls. And then a day came when we were hanging out at the park, and suddenly my mom popped out of the bush.
I knew something was going on. How could you? Brittany?
Mom, Alan. Suddenly, Alan's mom appeared from behind another bush.
Why would you associate yourself with that awful girl?
Because we love each other.
Your evil daughter has brainwashed my son.
More like your demon son has brainwashed my daughter.
Our mom had a huge argument. It was insane. But Alan and I looked at each other and just ran away from there. We were done. And for the next 3 days, we hid at my friend's house and made her swear not to tell our mothers. After a while, our moms reported us missing and flyers of our faces were posted all over the city.
You know we can't do this forever, Brittany.
I know, but I'm not sure I'm ready to go back yet.
I'm not either, but we have to, eventually.
The next morning when we went home, both our moms came running out, pulling us into hugs and sobbing.
Brittany, where have you been? I was very sick.
Alan, how could you do this to your poor mother?
Alan took my hand as we faced them together.
Alan and I are together. That's not gonna change just because you can't get along with his mom. We've always been so close, Julia, but you're ruining our relationship and making me miserable. I need you to stop being so selfish.
Don't make us choose between you two and our relationship. You both need to respect our decision. You don't have to like each other, but you need to respect and tolerate each other. If you want us in your lives, you got it.
Our moms looked at us and then at each other. And for the first time that I could remember, they didn't start fighting. Instead, they shook hands.
All right, this doesn't mean we're friends though, but can we call our truce?
Gross. Why would I think we're friends? But yeah, truce.
Hi, I am Laura from New York. Please like and subscribe. When I was just 5 years old, Miss Luna gave me a piano. The very first time I touched the keys, I played, and everyone was absolutely stunned.
Laura, you're a genius. We're going to send you to the best schools, the best classes. You're going to be the best child in the world.
In an instant, my life changed. My parents shifted us to a new city, got me into a fancy new school, and signed me up for 6 hours of tutoring daily. But the problem was that I had ADHD as a kid, and it was really tough for me to focus the way my mom wanted me to. Once Mom even tried to give me pills to control my behavior.
You should take these, Laura. They will help you focus on your studies.
Okay, Mom. When she left, I threw the pills in the trash. What if she wanted to poison me? My mom made me hate studying, so I had no choice but to start sneaking out when my parents weren't looking. My little escapades were awesome. I got to play soccer with the other kids and eat all the junk food I liked. It was all going so well until one day in the 2nd grade when I snuck out to go to a soccer match. 2 big girls approached me on the street.
Hey, you give me your bag?
No way! One of the girls grabbed me while the other tried to pull my bag off my shoulder. Suddenly, our neighbors spotted us.
Hey, what are you doing?
The girls ran off in a hurry.
I'm taking you home to your parents.
Oh no, not my parents. When Mom saw me, her face turned red with anger.
What are you doing out, Laura?
Once she learned about the incident, she totally lost it. She took away all my toys and grabbed me until further notice.
Until you can learn to be a grown-up, you're not going anywhere.
I already don't go anywhere. Mom was about to slap me when Dad came between us and stopped her.
Such a rude kid.
The next morning, Mom woke me up at 4 a.m.
You're going to learn self-defense with your dad every morning and night.
But Mom, it's not even morning yet.
You start now.
I had no choice. He began to teach me kickboxing every morning and jujutsu every night. One day, I was heading to an advanced math exam. My mom had been grilling me about this paper for a year. She wanted me to rank number 1. I was on my way to the exam room when I suddenly spotted an adorable boy with glasses, cornered by some bigger kids who were pushing him around. I knew I had to go in for my paper, but I couldn't ignore this. I ran in between them. Hey, stop it!
Is this little girl here to save Devin?
This little girl will kick your big butt.
You're awesome.
Suddenly, my teacher came out of the exam room.
Miss, this girl just attacked us. She's crazy.
Before I knew it, I was being dragged to the principal's office. I already knew what would happen now. He called my parents. Mom came in like a raging bull.
You missed the exam. You beat someone up.
Mom, they were bullying someone.
So what are you, Mother Teresa or Wonder Woman? Mind your own business. How dare you ditch your exams like this?
Dad, I did the right thing. You know that. Say something. I knew Dad agreed with me, but he was just too weak to say anything in front of Mom. She signed me up for a replacement exam in 3 months and told me to get to work. The next day, the boy helped. Devin came up to me and thanked me for saving him from the bullies and asked me out on a date. My first day ever, and he was just so cute. Of course I said yes. Devin and I began dating, and I did everything I could to keep it secret from my parents. I got a secret phone with my savings to text him, and I sneak out every night to meet him. I started to think that life wasn't so bad after all. Until one day, Noah, the gorgeous soccer player for my school, came up to me during lunch.
Hey, go to the Blue Pearl Cafe at 5 p.m. Watch what happens.
What?
Just do it. It's very important.
With that, Noah walked away from me. That was so weird, but I decided to go anyway. When I reached the cafe, I saw Devin sitting there arm in arm with another girl. What? Devin kissed that girl right on the lips before she left. Oh my God. Devin, you cheater. The whole cafe turned to look at us, but I didn't care.
Laura, what are you doing here?
I'm dumping you. Just then, another girl walked into the cafe.
Devin, what's going on? I'm here for a date.
Oh my God. I exposed the truth about him in front of the girl, and she was so angry that she yelled at Devin. Just then, the manager showed up and threw us all out of his cafe. You will regret it, Devin. And with that, I ran back to school. I was going to find Noah. He was practicing soccer with the school team. I pulled him aside and demanded that he tell me how he knew about Devin.
I've seen him around with you, so I knew you were dating. But I saw him with other girls too.
Why did you tell me?
Because I kind of have a huge crush on you.
You what?
I'm not sure if you remember. We used to play soccer together before you stopped showing up for practice. I've always liked you, and I didn't like the idea of you dating that slime.
Oh my God, Noah had a crush on me.
I know it's kind of weird and sudden, but do you want to go out with me sometime?
He was so stunning, and I wanted to say yes, but I couldn't get Devin out of my head. How could I ever trust a guy again? I had to turn Noah down.
Maybe we can just play soccer like old times.
Yes, we can try that. I started playing, and it was the best fun I'd had in years. Everyone loved me and asked me to try out for the official soccer team. I cleared the tryouts easily, but I had to make sure my parents never found out about this. One day after practice, Noah came to me with a whole bunch of roses and a couple of friends playing guitars. He asked me out on a date again.
Oh my God, you're dating Noah?
I turned around to see Devin behind me, and he looked really mad. It's none of your business what I do with my life.
Tell me the truth, Laura. No one told you about my dates, didn't he?
So what if he did?
I always knew he liked you. He was always staring at you.
Go away, Devin.
Yeah, before we make you.
The entire soccer team steered him down, and he had no choice but to back off and walk away. I turned to Noah and said, I'm sorry, Noah. I really like you, but I just can't trust someone so soon.
That's okay, Laura. I get it. Come on, let's prep for the semifinals.
The semifinals of our tournament went by like a breeze. We had trained hard, and our skill and teamwork were totally unmatched. When I scored that winning goal, I literally lost my mind. The thrill and joy was too much. I wrapped my arms around Noah and gave him a kiss right on his lips. The entire stadium began to hoot at us, but I didn't care one bit. Everything was perfect until I heard it.
Laura!
Mom, Dad, what are you doing here?
Devin called and he told us everything. You've been sneaking away every day to play this stupid game.
My mom began to fight with me in front of hundreds of people. I had never been more humiliated in my life.
You're grounded forever.
Mom, the finals are tomorrow.
Come on, honey, we can't make her miss that.
Why not? She should be punished. She is a bad daughter.
To my surprise, Dad finally put his foot down. He told my mom that I was an amazing daughter and that he'd had it with her bullying. My mom went purple with rage.
Laura is playing tomorrow, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I love you, Dad. He'd finally accepted me. My mom refused to say one word to me. From that day on, I won the soccer finals 6-0, and without our knowledge, a scout had come to watch the match. They picked me up, and I got a full sports scholarship for my undergrad degree. None of my other teammates got that offer, including Noah. He got into a good college too, but it was thousands of miles away from me.
You have to take this opportunity, Laura. You're going to be great.
I loved him so much that I really tried to make it work long distance, but it just became too painful for us to keep missing each other. We had to end things, even though we still loved each other and were on excellent terms. My soccer career was thriving, and I was playing at the state level, topping every chart in the women's league. During a final match with Penn State, I fell and twisted my ankle so hard that I blacked out instantly. When I woke up, I was rushed to the hospital where the doctor told me in clear terms,
"You can walk and run if needed, but you can't play soccer ever again."
My heart was broken and it felt like my life was shattered. I went back home and my dad consoled me and supported me. My mom made a few snide comments about how she was right, but Dad chased her away.
I believe in you, Laura. We'll get through this together.
I eventually started teaching self-defense and soccer classes for little kids in my city. It was good pay, and I really enjoyed working with children. One day, I got a text from Noah, and I flipped. I didn't realize we were in the same town now. He asked to meet me for dinner, and I was shaking. My jaw fell when I saw Noah. He was drop-dead gorgeous, just as the day I met him. He wasn't here alone. Some of our friends from the soccer team were here with their old guitars. Noah had 100 roses, and he gave them to me before he asked me to be with him again. And this time I said yes and jumped into his arms. Noah and I started our lives together and eventually got married 3 years later. A year after our marriage, I became pregnant with our first baby. The pregnancy itself was a breeze. But when I gave birth to Claire, I had complications, and getting pregnant again would be very dangerous. However, I've always wanted a big family, so I adopted 3 children. In the end, our family lived happily together in a wonderful and loving home. Hey, I'm Iris from Atlanta, and I'm a triplet. Before I continue, please like and subscribe. While Mom was pregnant, she was told by the doctor that she was having twins, but I popped out right after my brother, making 3 of us, Ileana, Isaac, and me. Dad wasn't around for most of our childhood. He was the assistant vice president at a huge music production company and was always busy with some meeting or event. But Mom showered us with love and attention. She would sing upbeat songs in the morning and hump soothing lullabies each night. Plus, she bought us whatever we wanted with Dad's money. One of my earliest memories was when she gifted us with a karaoke machine as kids. The 3 of us sang all the time, and Mom never got annoyed.
Encore, encore.
Sometimes she would join in too. She had a great voice. By 8, my siblings and I were called the Turner Threes, and we had some serious musical talents. Ileana could sing just like Mom. Isaac played great riffs on the guitar, and I rocked out on the drums. One day today, the live band that was hired to play at our parents' anniversary party canceled at the last minute. Mom suggested we play, and we did. It was awesome. Soon the Turner Threes were playing at all the family events. Things stayed pretty entertaining throughout middle school, but then life took an unexpected turn during our freshman year of high school. One day, Ileana, Isaac, and I were relaxing by the pool when we heard a loud bud inside the house. We found Mom unconscious on the floor. It turned out that she had a stroke and would need at least 3 months to recover. Then Dad lost his job. Shortly after, the company he worked for lost a massive copyright infringement lawsuit. Dad needed to find work soon to pay for Mom's medical bills and keep the roof over our heads. He took up the first job he could find freelancing as an agent for local musicians. One evening, Dad invited a client over for a business meeting who overheard the 3 of us practicing our music. I heard him ask Dad about the music coming from down the hall.
My kids have a band thing just for family events.
The client requested to hear more of our songs and suggested Dad help us book bigger shows.
They're pretty good. If you set up their career now, they'll have some real financial independence in the future.
For the first time, Dad took interest in our music and took his clients' advice, and soon we were playing at cafes, restaurants, and private events. We weren't making much, but it was a start. Dad didn't have the same positive attitude, though, especially as Mom's recovery was taking a while. The bills were never ending and his savings were running low. He was always in a sour mood and fell into a deep depression. But despite her health issues, Mom kept cheering us on.
Keep playing, keep sharing your talent. So we stayed consistent. Thankfully, by our junior year of high school, the Turner Threes got more popular.
We had enough gigs to keep the house and help Mom medically. But Dad was so depressed that he stopped work altogether. He barely left his man cave. Halfway through the school year, extracurricular activities began taking up a lot of time. Ileana excelled in her studies and joined the AP Physics Club to get a head start on college credit. Isaac was naturally gifted at basketball and became co-captain, and I was one of the best actresses in the theater class. It was getting harder trying to balance school shows and home finances, and it seems like the Turner Threes differences were splitting us apart.
I think you should sing at a higher pitch.
Basketball puns. Seriously, I don't need advice from you. This band would be nothing without me.
You're not that special, Ileana.
I have Mama's voice. What do you have? The arguments were getting ridiculous.
Then one day we got invited to a music competition. First place would get $10,000. I was over the moon. But Ileana,
I have a test to study for, and I can't afford to mess up my 4.0 streak for some songs.
Some songs. Our music has been keeping the bills paid. But Ileana was adamant. Isaac and I went to the competition anyway and tried to make do with what we had. We were practicing in our room backstage and trying to sing together, but we just couldn't hit the right key. Just then, we heard a voice behind us.
I could sing if you want.
And you are?
Zara.
Zara was apparently the only child of the venue owner.
I never get to perform, but it sounds like you two could use some extra help.
You can't just barge in here and join our band.
Maybe she can help Isaac. Why don't you sing something for us, Zara? Zara opened her mouth to sing, and the voice that came out was horrible.
Is this girl serious?
I couldn't believe such a hideous voice came from such a gorgeous girl. Let's just say nails on a chalkboard sound better. We're on in 10 minutes and this is what we've got. I need some air frantic. I left the room. The view from the balcony was relaxing. I remembered the melody Mom hummed to us as kids and started to sing along to it to calm down faster.
Your voice is good.
I turned around and saw Zara walking toward me.
You know, you could just sing and this entire problem could be fixed, right? And you don't need to sing with Isaac. He's holding you back and I could play a simple beat on the drums. I promise.
And better at drums than singing. I mean, I had trouble trusting her after her horrible audition, but maybe it was the only option we had right now. So we decided to follow Zara's plan. I stayed on the guitar, Zara got on the drums, which she was surprisingly not bad at, and I stepped up in front of the mic. To our surprise, the crowd loved our performance. We thought second place with a cash reward of $5,000, which was great, and we were invited back in 3 months for the next showcase. Later, on my way to our backstage room, I found Ileana waiting in the hall. I was so mad to see her there. You're bold to show up here, considering you were willing to let us fail. We're the Turner Twos now, Ileana. I wanted to make her feel bad, but what she said shocked me.
Good, you've got that sorted out because I'm leaving the band permanently.
What? She explained she wanted to dedicare herself to her studies, and the band was taking too much of her time. This pays the bills. What about Mom?
A real job with a real degree also pays the bills. I need to focus on college so I can have a better future and also take care of our parents. Both Mom and Dad didn't graduate from college, and look where they are now.
That's not fair, Ileana. Mom is sick. Education won't stop you from getting sick. Plus, Dad had a good job. Life happens.
Well, I'd rather have my education to fall back on when accidents happen. Plus, education will give me the job I need to pay for medical expenses if I get sick.
And with that, she stormed out. At the music showcase after party, I found myself sitting alone outside. I hadn't even broken the bad news to Isaac yet. Soon after, Zara joined me asking why I looked so worried. And I ended up spilling everything about our family problems and Ileana's selfishness.
Sorry you're going through all that. Why don't you take your mind off of it for a bit and enjoy your win for a few hours?
So we went back inside and I was glad for the distraction. There were CEOs, music producers, and of course, super attractive celebrities. One woman came up to me and introduced herself as Reza, and then she pulled out a contact card and shoved it into my hand.
You've got some raw talent the world needs to see.
It sounds like something my mom would say.
Your mom sounds like a smart woman.
Since there was no changing Ileana's mind, we recruited Zara as a permanent member of our band. With practice, she got better on the drums, and we quickly fell into sync. We continued participating in petitions Reza signed us up for and making money, and Zara and I grew super close. We painted each other's makeup.
I love this color.
Shared clothes. Wow, do you only wear turtlenecks? Did each other's hair.
A high puff looks so good on you.
And I love the middle part on you. Plus, Zara and Mom hit it off. She even met Dad one time and didn't judge how scruffy he looked directed. But Ileana didn't like her at all. Anytime she saw Zara, she would glare at her from across the room and then go off in the opposite direction. I'd become so annoyed with Ileana that I tried to get Zara to help me prank her. I typed up a fake acceptance letter to a prestigious university and slipped it under her door. Zara didn't approve, but I did it anyway. Ileana was so excited when she saw the letter. It was comical. When I told her it was fake, her happy bubble popped. Honestly, it felt good seeing her get humbled. But Zara was clearly disappointed in me. We were hanging in the kitchen before practice one night when Ileana walked in.
Hey, how was it at the library?
But Ileana just made her way to her room without even acknowledging Zara, and she kept behaving like that all the time. One day, Zara and I were keeping Mom company at the hospital for her checkup when Ileana randomly showed up.
Oh, I didn't expect to see her here.
Hey, Ileana.
Of course, Ileana pushed past Zara and went straight to Mom. It made things so awkward, even the nurse looked uncomfortable.
Mom, how are you doing?
Honey, I think Zara said hi to you.
Ileana looked Zara up and down, rolled her eyes, and continued talking to Mom. I was so fed up with her I couldn't take it anymore. What is wrong with you? Zara has held his family stay afloat by joining the band, and that's how you treat her. I was so angry I could feel my face burning.
Calm down, Iris.
Yeah, Iris, this isn't the time or place.
Let's get some air.
What is this turtleneck-wearing weirdo even doing here? And I don't owe her anything. She didn't join the band to help her family. She just did it because she was some friendless loser.
I lunged at Ileana, but the nurses came between us. Zara grabbed me by my arm quickly and dragged me out of the room. We went for a walk and then sat down on some swings so I could breathe.
You're still fuming.
She's just so rude, and since she's my sister, I'll yell back unapologetically. Zara turned to me with a serious look. She lowered her turtleneck and held up a dainty necklace with a locket.
This is my brother Austin.
I thought you were an only child.
Now I am. Austin got into a car accident with my mom. When and he was 10. Mom made it. He didn't.
What? Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Why didn't you ever say anything?
I don't like to talk about it because I feel guilty.
Why? She explained how much she and her brother argued a lot growing up. They would fight over who would use the bathroom first, who would get the biggest slice of cake. Yeah, but that's normal sibling stuff. Before he left the house the morning of the accident, we got into a screaming fest over some video game. The last thing I said to him was that life would be better if he just didn't exist. Zara's eyes started watering. I felt horrible for everything she'd experienced, including the drama with me and Ileana. I've been so focused on being angry and making money, I've let it ruin my relationship with Ileana.
The good thing is that you realized arguments aren't always worth it.
A few weeks passed, and Mom was recovering well at home. I also asked Reza to help find Dad a job, and she actually got him an interview. Thanks for looking up. But even though I made an effort to stop arguing with Ileana, we still weren't talking. One evening, Zara, Isaac, and I were heading to a gig. When Ileana got home, she walked past us silently. But I told Zara and Isaac to go sit in the car, and I followed her. Wait, can we talk, please? Like normal people? I miss you. Ileana turned around. Tears were streaming down her face.
I miss you too, Iris.
If singing isn't your passion anymore, it's totally okay. It was wrong of me to be mad at you for that, and I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. I was overwhelmed with school, and then I got really jealous of Zara. Yeah, I don't want to do music anymore, but I felt like I got replaced really quickly.
You're my sister. No one can come in the middle of that. Now, how about you drop studying for one night and come see us perform?
I'd love that.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Paris. I live with my single mom and unfortunately my sister Zoa, who's always been my biggest rival, and a pain in my butt. Like, when I was 5, a tutor would come to teach us, And one day, he praised me in front of my mom.
Ma'am, your Sarah is a brilliant child. She's a quick learner. She can understand a concept in just an hour, but for the same thing, Zoa takes 3 days.
Zoa couldn't tolerate this and hit me hard on my head with a notebook. Before I could react, Mom yelled at her and grounded her for a week. I never really understood why she was jealous of me for being smarter. I wasn't jealous of her for being prettier. Whenever we went out together, people noticed her first and gave her compliments, but she was still so insecure. But maybe the reason why she really hated me was because I was fearless. Once when I was 10, the 3 of us were out on a picnic when I noticed a man snatch a woman's purse and run away. I immediately stuck out my leg and he tripped and fell down hard. The thief was taken away by the police, and everyone there clapped for me except for Zoa. Mom was pretty freaked out too.
Sarah the thief could have had a weapon. He could have hurt you. Don't do that again. You're just a child.
Yeah, dummy cow. This is not some movie where you pretend to be an action hero. This is real life, and I'm afraid one day someone might cut you down into pieces.
I know what your actual concern is, Zoa, and it's not for my safety. You just can't stand it when I'm praised by people, can you?
Oh, please. I get plenty of praise because I'm so pretty. Have you ever heard someone use that word for you? I bet you can't even spell it. It's P-R-E-T-Y.
You forgot a T dinosaur brains.
And you forgot my hand dinosaur face.
And suddenly she slapped me, and we broke into a huge fight right in the middle of the park. As we grew up, she became prettier and more popular in school. All the time, boys would roam around her, while her minions cracked jokes about how I must be adopted. But I never let Zoa or any of those bullies get to me. I was smarter and stronger than those idiots any day. Once in 9th grade, I was looking for a book in the library when I noticed a boy staring at me from a gap in the shelf. I just went back to my seat and started reading my book, but he sat down in front of me.
Hey, what's your name? You're very pretty.
No way! This was definitely a prank. If I was really pretty, why was he the first boy to say so? I just walked off without a reply. I was in no mood to be made fun of, but the next day when I was walking through the hallway, I suddenly tripped over something and went flying straight into someone's arms. It was the boy from the library. Oh, thank you so much.
If you want to thank me, just tell me your name, please.
I did, and it turned out his name was Henry, and he was my senior. We became good friends and started hanging out together all of the time. One day when I went to the cafeteria, I found a large poster stuck to a wall. It was my picture with an ugly mustache and devil horns in the caption. Sarah, the ugly monster. As I saw Zoa and her friends cackling in the distance, I was about to tear it down when Henry walked in.
Wow, someone's really jealous of your beauty, Sarah.
And with that, he tore it in half. Then, he turned to me and said in front of everyone,
I think you're the most beautiful girl here, and you're smart and funny. You're just amazing. Will you be my girlfriend, Sarah?
I was shocked, but I said yes. And what made me even happier was seeing Zoa burn with rage. The next few days, I felt like a princess in some fairy tale. I would roam around with Henry, he would bring me roses, and would lie with his head in my lap for hours. It was all so beautiful. Then one day, he asked me to go to a party with him. That evening, I was getting ready when Zoa came running into my room all breathless.
Sarah, my sister, I need to tell you something. Please stay away from Henry because he is a cheater. He is dating 3 girls, including me and you. He just kissed me today out of the blue.
What? You're such a psycho liar. Get out of my room, Zoa. But then she showed me something that left me stunned. It was a picture where she and Henry were kissing. I couldn't believe it. I ran to the washroom and Zoa followed me.
Sarah, why are you crying? So what if he found me more attractive than you and kissed me? At least now we know his true colors. Don't cry, sis. This is for the best.
I angrily pushed her aside. I'm not crying. Something just went into my eye. And I don't care if he kissed you. He's still my boyfriend. Get out now. I left home pretending to see Henry, but of course I wasn't going to meet that jerk. I went to a park and sat alone and kept rejecting his phone calls. When he kept messaging me, I sent him the pictures Zoa showed me. He started giving me excuses, but I didn't believe a single word he said. After an hour, I went home, as if everything was perfectly fine. The next day in school, I was sitting on the bleachers when someone tapped on my shoulder. It was Henry. Just as he began speaking, I grabbed him by his collar angrily. Listen, I told you yesterday. But then, suddenly, I spotted Zoa looking at us, and I immediately pulled Henry close and kissed him. When Zoa left, I pushed him back hard. Listen, I told you yesterday to stay away from me. I don't want to see your face again.
But Sarah, I swear I never cheated on you. I was just having my Coke when Zoa came out of nowhere and kissed me. I was really angry with her.
It takes 2 people to kiss, and you were one of them. So just stop lying and leave me alone, cheater. I put my fingers in my ears and walked away from him. But that night, something really strange happened. We were all asleep when we heard Zoa screaming. We ran to her room to find a boy in Zoa's room, and she was beating his butt with a stick. The boy was from our school.
Mom, I caught this thief. I caught him. Call the police. Call the media. I'm so brave. I'm a hero.
I'm not a thief. I'm Zoa's freaking boyfriend. I just came to see her and she went bonkers on me. Crazy girl. Oh, also, Sarah, she kissed her boyfriend and told me to take pictures of her doing that. He was so mad at her. In case you didn't know, your sister's a psycho.
Oh, God. Henry was telling the truth, and I hadn't believed him. The boy broke up with Zoa, jumped out the window while I turned around and pounced on her. I pulled her hair as hard as I could till Mom pulled me away. The next morning, I literally ran to school and found Henry and apologized to him. He opened his arms and we hugged each other really tight. Time passed and we graduated from school. Henry went abroad for his higher education and Zoe and I started college. Then, one day, Mom suddenly felt some pain in her chest, and after the doctor's examination, it turned out that she needed a really expensive heart surgery. This was the first time in my life that I felt scared. We didn't have enough money, so I took up a part-time job to start saving. I asked Zoa too, but she flatly refused.
I'm sorry, but a princess like me can't work. Look at my hands, so soft and delicate. I'm not spoiling them. No, you're the Tarzan of the family, the strong one. You got this, girl.
And just like that, she walked off. Just a few days later, I heard Mom screaming. I ran to her room, and she was standing in front of some empty drawers, asking me where all her jewelry had gone. I had no idea, and we marched straight to Zoa's room. She wasn't there, but a note was lying on her bed.
Mom, Sarah, my journey with you people ends here. I can't live with poor depressed people like you anymore. Mom, please make Sarah the heir of this damaged house, because I like mansions only. I'm taking all the jewelry as memories of you, Mom. Love you, but don't look for me.
Mom was completely devastated. I took her to her room and put her to sleep, but I was in despair. We were left with nothing. My salary wasn't enough for the treatment. I left home to contact some charity organization, and on my way it started raining. Just then, I saw a huge crowd gathered around on a bridge. I looked down and saw a small kitten hanging onto a log in the strong river current, and people were just standing around making videos and doing nothing. Luckily, I found a piece of rope tied to the bridge. Without another thought, I climbed down the rope and reached out for the kitten. Some people started helping me then by pulling us up, and we both landed safely. I was completely drenched in the rain, so I decided to go back home. That evening, someone rang our doorbell, and when I opened the door, I found a bunch of people with cameras and mics standing outside.
You saved a little kitten today, without caring about your own life. What would you like to say?
This girl, people, she's a hero. She makes us believe that good people truly exist. She's restored my faith and humanity.
Wait, what? What was going on? And I soon found out that people had been making videos of me saving the cat, and they'd gone viral. And before I knew it, I had become quite famous. I was in newspapers and giving interviews on news channels. I was honored by the government with a bravery reward and also given $30,000. And of course, the first thing I did was get my mom's heart surgery. It was successful, and she recovered fully in a few months. Soon after, I got an offer to participate in a really famous reality stunt show, and I accepted. Within no time, I'd become a celebrity. And now, Mom and I were rich. We were living a great life until one day someone knocked on the door. When I opened it, I was shocked to see Zoa as she tried to step inside. I blocked her path.
Where's Mom? I need her help. My boyfriend cheated on me. He made me pregnant and ran away with all my money and jewelry. I've got nothing to eat.
Are you so fat because you're pregnant again?
Oh no! Luckily I had a miscarriage, but I had lots of cravings while I was pregnant, so I gained some weight. It's nothing! I'll be back to my old shape in no time. You'll see.
Are you sure you're not pregnant?
Of course! I said so already.
Then I kicked her so hard she fell back on her butt. How dare you call her mom? You left her when she was fighting for her life. No, you robbed her first and then left her. You're just a blood-sucking leech Zoa, and you deserve whatever bad things come your way. Now get lost, and don't show up here again. And I slammed the door on her face. Half an hour later, the bell rang again. Oh God, this Zoa! Maybe I needed to kick her harder this time. But when I opened the door, I was shocked. It was Henry. He opened his arms and I jumped to hug him. Oh, I can't believe it's you, Henry. I've missed you so much.
I've missed you too, sweetheart. And I have a really important question for you, Sarah. Will you marry me?
Oh my God, yes. 100 times yes. And then we kissed.
Hi, I'm Angelina, and my story, it's kind of crazy. But before we continue, please like and subscribe to the channel. My mom worked as a maid at the mansion of a wealthy family, and because she couldn't afford to send me to school, I went with her to work. By the time I was 8, I was helping her with small chores around the house. The owner was a really rich CEO who was never at home, and his wife was really self-obsessed. She left her daughter, Maddie, with the house staff to get beauty treatment so often that when Maddie was little, she called my mom, her mom.
Mom.
I didn't mind, because even though she was a couple of years younger than me, she was my best friend. One day, Maddie and I were just settling down to watch a movie in her room when someone flung the door open. It was Maddie's mom, and she did not look happy to see me.
You girl, what do you think you're doing in my daughter's room?
Mom, don't talk to her like that. She's my friend.
Her mom gave me a glare and walked away. The next day, Maddie's mom called me to her chambers, and I just knew I was in trouble. When I walked in, she got up and said,
I can see you're spending so much time in my daughter's room when she's at school, so I've decided to enroll you in her school too, and you can work afterwards. No need to thank me. Close the door behind you.
School! I think Jaren went to tell Maddie the great news. She seemed excited too, but when we got there together, she asked me to walk a few steps away from her, and once she met her friends, she disappeared. What was going on? I found out soon enough when I was sitting alone in the cafeteria at lunch. A group of girls walked up to me and put a big backpack on the table.
You're Maddie's maid, right? She said, we can ask you to do anything. After school, carry this to my car. I'll be waiting.
Take these assignments with you. I expect them to be ready by tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow morning. Get me a latte and a donut. Here's the money. Keep the change.
What on earth? I ran out to look for Maddie and found her in the girls' bathroom. Maddie, why are you telling people that I'm your maid? I thought we were friends.
Well, Angelina, of course we are, but only at home. I have a reputation to maintain here, and I can't mingle with someone like you in public. You get it, right? See you at home, bestie.
She walked away while I stood there shocked. Was this the same sweet Maddie I know my entire life? Maddie and her friends were always dumping their homework on me and making me run around for errands, and I was getting exhausted. I didn't even get time to study for a big math test and ended up with a big fat D. Later that day, when Maddie and her gang walked up to me and handed me a list of errands for our party, I tore it up. I've had enough. You guys have hands. Don't you do this yourselves?
Oh, that's rich coming from someone as poor as you. You know I pay for your school, right?
Before I could reply, I heard a boy's voice behind me.
Cut it out, Maddie. You don't pay for anything. Now buzz off before I tell Dad what a brat you've been.
It was Dwayne, Maddie's older brother. I'd seen him around the house, but he mostly kept to himself. Maddie looked furious and stomped off angrily. Dwayne smiled at me.
Sorry, she can be a jerk sometimes. Don't let her push you around. And since you're new here, let me know if you need help with something.
Well, actually, there is one thing. Are you any good at math? Because I'm really sucking at it. He started tutoring me at home, and by the time 7th grade ended, I was getting straight A's. But my grades weren't the only things that changed. As I grew older, I seemed to be catching the attention of a lot of guys. One day, I wrapped up my chores quickly for a movie date with a really cute guy. And just as I was leaving, Maddie screamed.
Oh, Angelina.
When I reached her room, I wanted to pull her hair out. She had dumped every single pair of footwear she owned on the floor and handed me a toothbrush.
These are really delicate shoes, so take your time and clean them with this. I need them all by tomorrow morning.
How many shoes are you going to wear at a time? Can't I do the rest later?
Mom, Angelina, and her mom might need to be let go.
I had no choice but to do what she said. My day got canceled, and well, this was the first of many. Maddie always found some way to ruin things for me, and slowly all the boys stopped asking me out. One day when Dwayne and I were studying, I caught him looking at me. What is it?
You know Maddie is just threatened by you, right?
Threatened? By me, why?
You're smarter, prettier, and so much nicer than her. You don't think she knows that?
I could feel myself blushing hard. Just then, Mom called me to help with the dishes, and I floated away on cloud 9. A little later, Maddie appeared, throwing a letter on the kitchen table.
This friend of mine really likes you, Kundos. Why? He's really shy, so he asked me to give you this.
And why are you suddenly being nice to me?
I just said he's my friend, didn't I? I'm not doing. This for you? Just write a response quickly, so I can hand it to him tomorrow.
When I opened the letter, I felt really flattered, but I also cringed a bit. Dear Angelina, or should I call you my angel? I wish I could talk to you, but your beauty just makes me speechless. I wrote back and kept an eye on her the next day to see who she handed the letter to. But she was surrounded by so many boys that it was impossible to tell. The next week, she gave me another letter. Hi, my angel. I think I have the courage to face you. Meet me behind the school tonight at 7 p.m. I was really curious about who this guy was, so I decided to go to the meeting spot. Half an hour went by, and it was getting chilly. Suddenly, Maddie and her friends jumped out of the shadows, laughing hard and recording me.
You thought someone was interested in you? How dumb are you made?
What? This was all you guys?
Duh. Just because some losers asked you out doesn't mean you're something special. Gosh, you're so pathetic. Poor Cinderella waiting desperately for Prince Charming.
I was almost about to attack her when suddenly someone took my hand. It was Dwayne. He pulled me away, and we started walking back home.
I overheard Maddie telling her friends how she wrote those letters to play this dumb prank on you. She's so immature.
She and I used to be best friends. I don't understand why she hates me so much. As tears pour down my face, Dwayne put his jacket around my shoulders, pulling me a little closer.
I don't know why anyone would want to lose you as a friend. You are something special.
Before I knew it, he leaned in for a kiss, and it was amazing. Even though the video of me waiting for a non-existent boy was making the rounds at school and everyone was making fun of me, I didn't really care. Dwayne and I had secretly started dating, and the next few weeks were bliss. Dwayne and I were making out in his room one day, when suddenly, Maddie barged in looking down on her phone.
The parents are out and I'm having a party. Can you invite some of your hot friends? Wait, what is she doing here?
Angelina is my girlfriend, you idiot. Now get out.
He shut the door on her face and we heard a tiny crack. Do you think she broke her nose?
Doesn't matter. She's been getting a change at the plastic surgeons for years.
We laughed and started kissing again when we were rudely interrupted again a little later. But this time, it was his mom with Maddie grinning behind her.
Dwayne, seriously, you know all the richest girls in town and you choose this maid? I mean, if this is only for fun and not public, then fine, do whatever, but be careful. She's probably only after your money,
Mama.
Listen, lady, Dwayne asked me out. I didn't, and your money doesn't give you the right to treat anyone like garbage. If you want to be respected, you have to treat others with respect too. Just then, Mom came running, looking pale as a ghost.
What have you done? How can you talk to Madam like that? Apologize right now.
But I didn't. Needless to say, my mom was fired, and I was taken out of the school. When I was packing up my stuff, Maddie walked in and threw some old dresses of hers at me.
Here's a parting gift. They were going in the trash anyway, so same difference.
What happened to you, Maddie? Why did you turn into this awful person and just forgot that we were best friends?
Oh, please. I was only Bird at home and you were hired to entertain me. And then you forgot your place. We were never best friends. We never could be.
Well, good luck finding true friends then, Maddie, because the ones you have right now are just here for your money, and I never cared about that. With that, I picked up my bags and left. Dwayne kept texting me, but I didn't have the heart to reply. It was better this way, probably. We were worlds apart. Soon after, Mom found a job as a waitress, but it wasn't enough to make ends meet. So I managed to get a job as a cashier at a local bookstore. And one evening, Dwayne walked in.
Angelina, I'm so sorry about everything my mother said. I really love you. Please give me another chance. I won't ever let her say anything mean to you again.
The next day, I walked into the mansion, and before his mom could say a word, I stopped her with my hand. I'm not your maid anymore. I'm an independent girl dating your grown-up son, and you can't do anything about it. We dated for the next few years, and I graduated high school. I started working at a local cafe, and the old lady who owned the place grew really fond of me. But one day, she suddenly passed away. I had barely registered the news when a man in a suit came into the cafe and asked for me.
The owner has left the business to a girl called Angelina. Where is she?
Oh my God, what? She had left the entire cafe to me. And with that, life changed forever for me and my mom. We both started working together and turned the place around. It became one of the most popular spots in town. One day, Maddie and her mom walked into the cafe, and a few minutes later, I heard Maddie screaming at a waitress.
Are you stupid? So what if it's not on the menu? Just go ask your chef to make me a salmon salad.
I walked over to their table, and their eyes almost popped out. Ladies, please leave the cafe immediately. We refuse service to ill-mannered customers.
Oh, and you! Another waitress is allowed to talk to me like that. Call the management, and I'll have you fired right now.
I am the management, and I will have you thrown out now. As my staff escorted them outside, the humiliation on their faces was epic for me. With all the money I made, I opened 3 new cafes in the next 2 years, and by the time Dwayne came back from university, there were 4 more. One day, as I was leaving work, I noticed a bunch of paparazzi outside. Suddenly they parted, and Dwayne walked towards me with flowers and a ring.
Angelina, will you do me the honor of marrying me?
Yes, of course! All the journalists snapped pictures and cheered as we kissed.
How does it feel being engaged to the richest boy in town?
It's not a big deal. I'm rich too, you know. Dwayne and I flew away to a private beach to get married, amongst friends and mom, of course. Naturally, his family did not come. We have our own home and 3 cats, and we're all very happy.